Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Abigail, and I use this channel to talk about my special needs and my health issues. I am on a continuous feed on my feeding tube. Most of the calories that I get is specifically from my feeding tube, even though I can have very few things by mouth, like plain ice cream, certain kinds of candy that melts, like M&Ms, candies like that I can have. But for the most part, my nutrition comes from my feeding tube because I can't sit down and eat a meal. I thought that I would sit and give y'all a few updates. Normally, I pre-film my videos, and I had a video pre-filmed, but whenever I went to go look at the footage of that video, it was pretty much the same update as the last update. That's one hard thing about going daily, is sometimes you don't have a lot to talk about. And so I decided that I would just delete that footage and start over with a few updates. The first update, I guess it's kind of an update. I go later this month to a nutritionist. This is specifically for my feeding tube. So most of the time when people think of a nutritionist, they think of somebody that helps you figure out what's healthy for you as far as eating. This specific nutritionist is not for eating because I can't really have food, but it's basically to make sure that the calories that I'm getting is the right amount, because whenever I was put on my feeding tube, and whenever they decided how many bottles of formula I needed a day and the rate of how fast it goes and all of that, it was all kind of, I guess you could say, in a way thrown together. Now I am gaining good weight, so we know that it is working, but to be safe, they do want me to see a nutritionist specifically for my feeding tube, just to make sure that I'm getting enough calories, that everything about it is correct. So I will be going to that appointment in a couple of weeks. It was supposed to be over the phone, but turns out they decided they wanted to see me in person, last I heard. So as far as I know right now, I will be going in person, which we will have to travel for, because the big hospitals here where we live in our state is actually considered out of town for us. So we will have to travel for it, but that's fine. I would rather see a professional. Update number 2. I kind of went back and forth whether I was going to talk about this or not, but I'm going to give y'all kind of a brief update as far as what I know. So a few weeks ago, I posted a video saying that my grandma had passed. The update about that is that our family decided to do a I don't remember what it's called. The test that okay, sorry about the pause. Somebody walked in. But anyways, an update about my grandma is, if you watched my video a few weeks ago, you would know that my grandma passed away. We did we had the new testing to see what caused it, and it came back that it was heart failure. My grandma did have I think she was having a lot of health problems, and that's heart failure is what it came out to be. So she did decide that she wanted to be cremated. It was a few weeks ago. We went to have a viewing because the family decided that we wanted to do a viewing last minute. I posted that video talking about that. And in the viewing, we realized she didn't look quite right, which is why it kind of turned into a investigation type situation. And it turns out it was health issue related why she looked the way that she did. As far as the funeral goes, it's this whole big deal because basically, without giving too much information online to keep our family's privacy, there's some things that need to be done before she gets cremated, and after those things are done, they can go on with the process. After that, the family can decide, once we get her ashes back, if we want to do like something at the gravesite, you know, when we bury her ashes. There's a few people in our family that would like to have her ashes. Our family doesn't want them, but a few people on my dad's side does. If you don't know, that this is my dad's mom that passed, so they want some of her ashes. So whatever family wants her ashes, they will get some of them. I think the rest will be buried. She does have a plot that they will put the ashes in, just like a, you know, burial place. And I'm thinking that we might have a get together, like with the family, after the ashes do come back. But in order to get somebody cremated, it's this whole process. There's paperwork that has to be signed. There's, you know, you gotta buy an urn, decide who all wants the ashes, all of those type of things. So it is a big process. We're kind of going back and forth whether we want to do a family gathering or not, like have like a small little thing. I haven't really heard back yet what's going to happen as far as that. But basically until her ashes come back, everything is just kind of on pause for now. But that's why I haven't really been talking about it a whole lot, because there really isn't a big update until her ashes do come back. But a few weeks ago, when I posted the video talking about being able to see her, you know, the family decided last minute we did want a viewing, and that was actually the first time I ever walked by a casket. They always just bothered me. I've never walked by a casket like at a funeral. It's just one of those things that I would rather not see. But it was really important to me that I got to tell my grandma bye one last time. So I did walk up to her casket and look over. And if you remember that video, I actually got a picture with her standing at the end of her casket. I made sure that her body wasn't in it. But that was a really sweet moment to me, because being able to tell her bye one more time. My grandma was the kind of person that every time you left, you got a hug. And so to have that one, final goodbye, it really meant a lot. I'm trying to think of any other updates. I can't really give too much detail about my grandma, because I don't really want to give too much detail about the family and all of that. But me personally, I think that I have had time to process everything. I mean, it's definitely hard to lose a grandparent. This is my first grandma that I've lost. And I think the hardest thing for me is, like, it was so, like, sudden that it was really hard to process. But I think now we've had, time to grieve, time to process. And anyways, it's kind of a pause on the situation until her ashes come back. But yeah, those are the updates that I have for you all. I guess they're kind of half updates. I appreciate the prayers and the support all of y'all have shown me through my health stuff. I know I've been posting, like, every day that my stomach hurts and it's swollen and leaking a lot. That's how, like, every day has been. But I know that I don't really post a lot on as, like, my updates on here like I do on Facebook. And maybe I should screenshot the thing from Facebook and post it on my community tab. But I have seen so many updates, or no, not updates, memories from Facebook the past few days that have to do with my health. And as hard as this has been, I'm really thankful that it's not how it used to be, where I got sick every time I would eat, because I don't eat, like, food. I eat, like, certain kinds of candy that will melt, and ice cream and things like that. I do have a G tube to vent, which is nice, and then my J tube that goes to my intestines. That's where I get my feedings from. So if you would like those memory updates, I can post them on my community tab, so you can look through them and read them yourself if that's interesting to you. But I want to say thank you all for the prayers, the support. Being able to film my life has really helped. So thank you all so much for watching my channel and being there. And I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.